What up, world? It's the Big Fact Show. Mark Water Award. I got a special guest, Nina Chanel. How you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful.
So, I had a chance to check your music out thoroughly today on Spotify. Make sure you look her up, Nina Chanel, Ninachanel. You know, uh, I liked all of it, but one I found myself digging in particular. What was it was the second single marked in 2018. It was like "Meet Me Outside." I don't know. It was like a fighting song.
Oh shit. You thought on site.
Yep, out of sight. Yep,
That was a spur of the moment track. That's crazy.
man.
It was it,
It had authentic energy to it.
it was authentic. I was mad I was mad as hell when I wrote that.
Yeah.
And recorded it. Yeah, because it was based on true events. Um yeah, I got into it with somebody, decided to put that energy on the track.
What was it therapeutic? Did it work as conflict
It
resolution?
was. It was definitely. It was. It got me through the moment. I really like. Once I got it off my chest, I wouldn't even stun that person no more. It really helped.
When's the last time you've been in a physical fight?
That time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you feel bad afterwards?
Nah.
Yeah.
I was just mad that the way the situation was, it was set up so it was just too crazy. Like the person tried to pull me out my car at the stoplight, so I had to hop out my car, full fight mode, while my car just rolling across the highway. I'm like,
Damn.
bro, come on. But it made me not like want to get into no more fights because win or lose, you still gonna lose. You know what I'm saying?
Word. I more want to talk to you, but like as opposed to an interview, but I do have to say, like you spit hard, and I ain't gonna ask that cliche like what you listen to and all that other shit. But like there must have been a point where you knew, even if it was just like you was writing in a notebook and saying it out loud to yourself. Like when did you realize like, not only am I gonna try this, but I'm good at this?
I said I wanted to try it when Nicki Minaj hit the scene. But I started to feel like I was good at it probably 2 years ago when I started to really find my own sound and start to ask myself what did I want to hear like on a track and
Right.
start challenging myself to deliver that. So I feel like 2 years ago I probably really became good at it.
So is there a bunch of unreleased tracks you recorded in people's hard drives?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you need to get
Oh
those, man, because you're gonna make it, and then people gonna be selling them.
but the unreleased tracks, they so like you ever felt like you grew from something? Like I feel like I done grown since some unreleased tracks, so they don't even really like. I'd be like, oh my god, I
Man,
can't wait
man,
to
they'll take
nah.
your acapella and so like let's say you pop off on on a million stream level, right? They'll take your
Yeah,
acapella off that and then sell the verse to somebody. Sell the verse to 10 people for $10,000.
for the old shit.
Man, it won't be older people who ain't heard it, especially if it's unreleased.
That's true. That's true. Well, I do got some. I ain't gonna
Because
lie.
clout,
Some
clout
tracks.
chasers don't care about quality; they care about clout.
That's true. I do got some unreleased ones where I would say, yeah, the acapella, still in that acapella would be dope. Like, yeah, because I was, yeah, in my feelings with someone. But it's a
You,
lot on where I be like, don't even touch that. Don't make me hear that.
Nah, I feel you. I don't like listening to my old interviews, even Big John's.
And I grew. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you grow from it, you be like, nah.
Nah, I can dig it. Speaking of growing from it, you're in Birmingham,
Yeah.
and you see Birmingham a lot on TV, and obviously it's important to address what happened in Birmingham in the civil rights movement. But nobody ever talks about Birmingham 2020. What's Birmingham like?
It's quiet to me. You know what I'm saying? We didn't calm down like a lot. Because I remember growing up, probably when I was 13, it used to be lit down here. Like everybody used to be partying and all that, but it didn't calm down. But recently, well, not too long ago, we did have the whole situation where everybody was trying to, knock down the statues and stuff that represented slavery of any kind. They wanted to take them down. They were successful, but I heard the mayor catching heat behind that. So when is slavery ever like when we get over that? I guess when everybody starts treating each other like humans.
I mean,
But for the most,
oh, now go ahead.
For the most part, it's quiet. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not gonna get over with when there's still people alive to remember it. Like I'm 43, and
That's
growing
true
up,
too.
my partner, he had a grandmother who lived to be over 100, and she had been a slave. And you know, I ain't sit down and have no conversation with her, but I was in the room with her.
Mm.
So you know that's not something that you're gonna forget when people still remember people that was alive. You know what I mean?
That's real talk. Yeah, yeah. Because I remember I had a substitute teacher. I think that was like the first black person I met that was like racist to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he's like, no, I don't like the other kind. Because he was from the 60s. He came from, you know what I'm saying, all the water hoses and all that. I'm
Right.
like, damn, I respect it. But, you know, things are changing a little bit. But I feel like they throw it in our face to try to keep us from thinking that things are still the same. I feel like it's a little by little it's changing to me personally.
I mean, just
I
because
feel
you
like
suffer for a cause doesn't mean you get the right to control it going forward. It just means you have
you know what
valiant
I'm saying?
efforts toward it.
You know what I'm saying? Like forgiveness for me it should be a hella important. I don't say forget, but forgive so you're not holding all that hatred in every day.
But I mean, I know it
You know
ain't
what I'm
all
saying?
kumbaya and shit. How's how is it racial tensions or is it over police? Like, what's it like?
I don't feel like it's racial tension. I mean, it's regular as far as I'm concerned, like the gangsters versus the police. But recently, well,
Are high schools mixed?
high school, yeah.
But not. I mean, of course they're mixed, like not segregated. But I mean, is there like high schools that got like 30% white people, 30% black people, 30% Latino people, or whatever? Enough that there's enough of everybody.
It depends on the neighborhood. We still got areas where it's predominantly black and predominantly white. You know what I'm saying? Some of them mixed, but not all of them. Nah,
Yeah.
it's still a little divide.
Is interracial dating frowned upon?
Nah, nah,
See, I think that's
nah.
gonna be the end of racism.
But but it been a thing. And then it's kind of crazy because it's a lot of black people don't like interracial babies. Like it's a lot of black people feel like you should have black babies. Like don't mix your baby. I'm like, if you love who you love, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't control who you have chemistry with because of a color.
I had a
That's not
black girl father I was dating pull me to the side and talk about it's not that I don't like you, but it would be so hard for y'all. Yeah.
wait, what in your state? Where you at?
I mean, I'm in Tampa now, but I'm from DC. Like in my high school, it was like almost 5,000 people. There was maybe 20 white people. I was never around white people like that. So I went to a historically black college, ironically.
So DC is segregated, like look,
Not
it's bad.
DC chocolate city. I mean, it's getting gentrified now, but DC was almost all black.
Dang, he ain't have to come at you like that, cuz.
Oh, I
Can't
mean, that
let that.
wasn't the first time. When I was 15, I got jumped by. I mean, people say the ops now, but we call them the other side. I got jumped by them for messing with a girl in their neighborhood.
Nah, I ain't gonna cap. That's still going on. As far as gang members, that still happen. But
But I mean, this was just because I'm white. Like we can't have no white dude over in here.
well, I will say that's still a thing.
But I mean, this
Like,
this is
well,
like zebra head days, man. This is like Michael Rappaport and Jungle Fever and all that type shit. Like,
but they still kind of do that now. Like, if it's a fresh white person in the neighborhood, they test them rather
yeah.
kind of put them through the ringer a little bit, see what they're about. But eventually, you know what I'm saying, if they outlast and they get to hang out now. They get to hang out too.
I mean,
That's
you
what they
could.
do down here.
I mean, you could cry and bitch about that, but what they do to a black person in the corporate world, they put them through the ringer and test them. We we,
That's
we
true.
we all have our trials, you know what I'm saying? And everybody who act like they above it, everybody's a hypocrite in some shape, form, or fashion.
True. True. That's real talk.
Now I could tell from listening to your lyrics, you put thought into it. Like you got a lot of double layers to the meaning of what you're saying. Like you spit really hard.
Thank you. I really do be like I was writing just a minute ago before I got on here. It's really a process for me. I be overthinking like hell. It pissed my team off though because it take me some time. Like they be wanting me to drop a song like this. I be like, but I wanted to sound like this, and I want to say this, and I wanted to make this sense. Because they be like, it don't have to be all overthought, like you overcooking it. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm taking it one step at a time. I want it to make sense. I want to like it.
Well, I mean, don't scissor it though, because at some point you depriving us. Because 80% of you is better than no percent of you.
That's and I've been trying to like work on that. But when you're an artist, you can sit here and say, yeah, I'm gonna just drop that. I got you.
You just gotta do some no stakes shit. Do some shit that don't have no stakes, like some freestyles and shit.
I be doing that, but I be still like overthinking about the freestyles. Like, I didn't like that I said that, or I wish I could have said that. Man, it's terrible. I'm terrible.
Name a bad I don't know what's a poppin' Drake song. Name a bad started from the bottom freestyle.
Name a bad one.
And I guarantee there was some.
I know it was too, but I like him. And that's crazy though. Artists are as I'm not me. I'm not as critical of everybody else as I am myself. Like, I feel like it's Drake. He done had some ups and downs, but he done gave me some good enough tracks where I'm like, even if it was bad, I accept that. It wasn't terrible. Oh, that's crazy. I should find it to myself.
I can't. You got this mean onesie on. I can't use the video. This guy have to be audio only, huh?
You said I wanted me. This fire, guys.
Oh no, it's fire. Like I put it up. I thought maybe you wouldn't. Shit, I rock that joint.
Oh, no, I ain't tripping. This my joint. Like,
yeah, shit. Nah, that shit dope.
I started to show up in one of my video shoots in the foot onesie with the foot attached.
Man, I had that joint. I started being at ski shops trying to find a hat to match it just right. You feel me?
You see what I'm saying? And then when I pull it up, when I have my hair down, I ain't got my puff up. I be fly, I be icy out here. You feel me? Like, I fools with it. Got my feet. Okay, you know what? The feet ain't doing right now.
That is it hard to dress away or to find clothes that you like where you at or how you make that work?
I shop online. Yes, yeah. I shop online. I do not go to our store. It's like they pulling all our stores out of the Galleria and everywhere for real. I can't say I blame them. I can't, because all this shooting is like it's unnecessary. They didn't start shooting at the Galleria, so they just started taking us up out of there. Can't blame them. It's bad business.
What kind of shootings?
Real shootings, like I think year before last.
Groups, like you mean groups that have issues with each other?
I don't even know if they have issues with each other. I think it's a bump situation. You know what I'm saying? And somebody got a gun on them, they don't fight down here. They shoot.
Really?
The younger cats, they do not fight. It's straight shooting.
Damn. Man, in the federal penitentiary, a lot, man, them Alabama in the 90s and the 2000s, them Alabama cats with some wrestling motherfuckers. You ain't want them to get their arms around you.
That's what I said back in the day. That didn't change down here. These young cats is not trying to get beat up. They're not trying to do it.
So what the fuck happened if they get locked up? Then they just getting ran by some 50-year-olds?
A high head don't hear all that until a high head is behind bars, get ran by some 50-year-olds. You see what I'm saying? They don't hear that until the situation is worse than what it could have been. They be shooting up parks and everything.
You know, speaking of scary shit, is there anything that you fear about being successful?
Shit, being successful. You know, when you get used to something, like I feel like I'm used to the grind. And I feel like when I become successful, just the piece of that scare me. You know what I'm saying? Like not having to stress about, oh God, am I gonna make it tomorrow? And then the work and the new lifestyle that's gonna come with it. Change scares anybody. So you know what I'm saying? And I can't say what all is gonna come with it exactly verbatim. So that's scary to me. I hate not knowing exactly what the fuck is gonna happen.
You know, I feel like I can be a little open with you. Is it okay if I ask you something somewhat personal?
Of course.
You know, and some, and not that I'm judging at all, you know, in some of your videos you're wearing revealing clothing. Is that difficult? Like,
Because she's promiscuous and she feel
not,
like
not even that. I'm talking about like in the moment. Like, do you feel exposed?
no.
No.
I feel like flesh is flesh. I'll have a nude photo shoot. I don't care. Flesh is flesh. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't think about none of that. And it's when I get comments, it still don't bother me. I'm like, listen, one day I'm gonna wake up and all this gonna be sagging. So right now, while I got it, I'm flaunting it. Like I don't have time for that. I don't think about none of that.
Hey, what my man on Magic Mike said when he took his shirt off, he was like, who gets a Ferrari and keeps it in the garage?
Exactly. Like, what are you saying? That makes no sense. Like, let's flaunt it. They don't make these clothes for nothing. They made them for me. I said in another life, I think I was a stripper.
So you're not gonna allow people's opinions to bring you down. Your self-esteem is contained within.
It is.
Do you have any advice on how one can achieve that? I mean, I'm not gonna say that's enlightenment, but it's certainly a beneficial attitude.
Man, I mean, these people cannot affect the way I make my money or wake up and go to sleep. Like they just, I say, don't give nobody the power to make you feel any type of way about anything. Like being able to not allow somebody's opinion to just get into you, period, is a strength. And it's the best thing to have because I have friends like that. And like, they so easily broken. That's just power in that. You can't allow people to just shift your whole mood. Like, oh my God, if I step outside half naked, now I got to go back inside because this one person said, where are you going?
Do you think these friends are brittle because they don't know themselves well? Because like you seem very in tune with who you are.
Yeah, they are brittle. Because I was like that like a year or so ago. I was brutal like that. Like I really cared about what people thought. Then it hit me one day. Why? Because like you said earlier, everybody is a hypocrite.
Yeah.
So why am I listening to a group of hypocrites who aren't even sure themselves?
Did something spark that, or it was just like it just dawned on you?
A recent breakup made me do a lot of self-reflection. You know, heartbreak could do that to you.
Made you do a lot of recording too.
It did. That's what that person said too. Like, I think I'm gonna do you like Adele. I'm gonna need some coins off of that. I'm like, hey, yo, chill. Like, just relax. But I do appreciate the whole situation because it did make me self-reflect. I did a lot of learning during that time and understanding myself.
Was you really in love?
At the moment I thought I was, but
I can tell you if you were or not. I broke up with someone I was really in love with. I got dumped on, you know, when I was mad younger. And I mean, I'm acting like that's all impossible shit. Men be conceited shit, don't we? But it physically hurt me. And no other breakup ever physically hurt me. I mean, I wasn't like, you know, like balled up in the corner, but my throat was sore, you know, like I mean, you know. And so I always thought that's like a barometer, you feel me?
Well, I couldn't eat, you know what I'm saying, or sleep. But I don't know if that really was I was in love. I have a problem with losing, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we didn't break up correctly. Like that person really left me.
You talk about competition? You was competitive over that shit?
Yeah. Because I didn't like how it ended. Like, because I had been trying to break up with this person for like the whole 5 years. But they decided they was gonna call it quits. And they broke up with me and they had the other person there. It was New Year's Eve. And they looked at me, they was like, it's too late. I'm like, what? Are you serious? So I think the defeat of the whole situation is really what I was broken by. But at the end of the day, that was my best friend outside of, to the love shit. But I couldn't eat or sleep. I guess I was in love. I can't say I was in love because it was a girl and I'm not gay anymore. So, and I can't say that. I think it was the defeat for me. That's terrible.
I mean,
That's terrible.
I mean,
I did have love for her though. I did.
being there's really nothing ever wrong with being honest. Let me ask you something though. Sticking with this Birmingham, since COVID happened, has there been a lot of new OnlyFans people in Birmingham?
I think it's a lot of people with OnlyFans. And it's
Yeah.
crazy because it's people I know. I'm like, what the hell are you doing on OnlyFans? Like, and they keep telling me you need to get one. I'm like, no. Yeah. What the hell?
You be in high school and a lot of your Facebook friends be people that was in high school and you might not have even never really even spoke to them, but you ain't gonna say no, right? And then like I remember who was in like the little church organizations and all that shit, and I'm like, man, damn, you got an OnlyFans now?
No, I said OnlyFans gonna be paying some good money because there's a lot of people I'm looking at like, you really got Only? What you be doing on there? And they say they really be getting naked and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I myself haven't patronized it. I wouldn't front. I'd admit it too. I don't got no cut cards, but I mean, I think it's pretty much up to the level of anything you may or may. I think it's basically like cam girls for real. Youngins playing with toys and all that good stuff.
That's what I'm saying. And then Snapchat had something like that. Is that Snapchat? That's just sad.
Like I said, I never used it, but like it's just amazing that like, my commentary ain't so much on the women are trying to slut shame, but my commentary is like how fast morals will go down when a couple paychecks go missing.
No, I said, but it's crazy because it's some people on there that's not getting fully naked. Like some girls on there setting people up, but if you gonna pay for it, you pay for it. But
oh yeah, I ain't looking down on nobody. I ain't gonna look at nobody no different because they have an OnlyFans page. Shit, if they can get paid off that, more power to them. Shit, anybody can get paid more power to them. More power to them.
I said it's wild to me though because Pornhub is free.
I mean, like I said, everything. Like 5,000 people went to my high school. I guarantee, like there's at least 10 chicks, and 5 of them got OnlyFans, and there was 2,500 dudes that paid $99 at least 1 month.
Bro, that's wild to me though. Well, one dude
it's crazy to me too.
One dude explained to me though. He was like, "Shit, for me, it's the girl I went to school with, and I finally get to see her vagina." I said, "Bro, that's what you're paying for?" He said, "Yeah, I want to see it." I said, "But it's free vaginas on Pornhub." Like, he's like, "Nah, man, it's different." Okay.
I mean, I definitely see the difference. I just don't see the value. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't see the value in it. Me either. Like, I don't see it.
So let me ask you some rules for dating. Like how are you with the phone passcodes? Is there a point that has to be exchanged? Is that irrelevant?
No, because I'm apparently flirtatious, so I never know when I'm flirting. So I don't need nobody looking through my phone and making up shit. So I'm not gonna bother you. I don't have time.
I mean, I ain't trying to be on my own dick and everything, but I'm somewhat modest, and you're being open and receptive, and I bet you someone that's a little more immature than myself could view that as being flirtatious.
Not giving out passcodes.
Nah, not at all. Like just sometimes being authentic with people and listening
and
to
locking
them.
eyes with them for too long. Apparently, I'm like, I'm not flirtatious. I'm not flirting with you right now.
Yeah, like I remember back when homophobia, when like when everybody, like I'm from DC or whatever, everybody was homophobic, and I always thought like, motherfuckers would be like, that's gay. In my head, I was always like, it's not gay unless it's gay, like unless there's been a gay act committed, there's nothing gay going on.
Yeah, True.
Like a shirt or something doesn't make one gay, or the color of one's hat or any of
Yeah,
that.
like a picture. Or like the shorts that LeBron had on. They're like, oh, it's gay. He got a purse. It's gay. Nah, man, it's just different swag, man. Like, you're not hugging on man or kissing on man.
What advice would you give for confronting stereotypes? I'm sure you faced a few in your time.
Um,
You take advantage of people underestimating you, though, don't you?
I like that. I like when people underestimate me. It's
Yeah, I
fun.
bet.
I get to prove them wrong, and it drives me to prove them wrong. I've been doing that my whole life. I had to prove my family wrong, so that hypes me up. To be honest,
You
it's
had to
bad
prove
though.
wrong about music.
I mean, not really, because they didn't know I did music. Like that was an escape for me. So I just basically just popped out with music. They like, oh my God, what is happening? Because I really was the quiet one. Like I used to stay to myself, you know what I'm saying, away from the world because I feel like everybody wanted to have sex and I did not want to have sex with everybody. So I used to stay like locked away, just listening to music, writing music. See, at the time though, it was just like a stress reliever. Then I started getting older, and like I said, Nicki Minaj made it look so fun. I was like, I want to do this. Like, I really want to do this. It looks exciting. But like, yeah, like they didn't know. Now they be bothering me like, you're talented, you're gonna make it. I'm like, oh my God, thank you, whatever. We're not cool.
So what have you found as you're starting to getting the first steps of success? What have you found to be not as you expected?
The work, like the paperwork and all that. I didn't know like you had to do like all this registering your songs and all that. I'm like, what are we doing right now? Like, I don't want to do that. It's like you better do it or your ass is just making music for fun, for real, because you're not gonna get paid and you're gonna get robbed. I was like, really? And it's a lot of paperwork behind music. Like,
How do you deal with
I just,
tediousness?
uh, I, I do really well.
I mean, I can tell you how I deal with tediousness. I procrastinate.
I don't want to say that, but I was trying not to keep. I don't want to feel like I don't procrastinate, but I think I do.
I mean,
Like right now, the song,
I'm sure I would over some contract reading. Jesus.
and then it just really killed my vibe. To be honest, I hate to say that, but I be so excited about music till I hear about that part. I be like, ugh, okay.
But then if you start paying somebody to do that for you, that's when you start getting taken advantage of. It's such a catch-22.
That's what Magic be telling me. He was like, nah, you need to know this by yourself now, cause then you'll be looking crazy.
I mean, hopefully you'll be like one of them NFL players when they you know how they got them thick ass playbooks, but after they play for like 8 years, they can learn them shits in like 2 weeks and shit. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
maybe
I said that. I said after a while, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
you'll start
Artwork,
seeing them
everything.
jumps and be like, oh, that don't look right.
Oh yeah, yeah, straight up, real quick, fast, like scan. No, I don't like that. Yeah, fix that. I don't like that. Fix that.
You know,
I mean, I'm getting there.
I got faith in you. I ain't trying to take up too much more of your time, but I got a couple more things. Do you have any, like I said, I really appreciated the creativity. I'm not gonna lie and say that your song subjects were the most original, but you definitely had some original takes on them. And
Thank you.
do you have any interest in like making any type of concept projects or I don't know. I just feel like there's something ready to emerge.
Oh yeah, I got a track. I mean, I was gonna release an EP with the new like stuff I worked on, but I think I wanna release them one by one. So like that's what I'm gonna do. Like I released Lights Off first, and like it's another track I'm gonna release, Toxic, about toxic relationships. It's one of my favorite tracks, no lie. But I'm gonna release one, everything as a single. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the new subjects I got way better than the last project. well, way better than my last work period. I feel like I've really grown. Seriously, honest to God. And with the new tracks, it shows. So I'm really excited to let the people hear the new music so they can get a feel of. Because I feel like I put more of me into this. Because the last tracks I did, it was just because I had to release a project.
You know,
At
again,
least
like
that's
I
what I was.
said, you had that one video that was a little risque, but you definitely managed to to stay classy and elegant. Is there how should I phrase this? Is there elements involved? Let's say like romantic love as portrayed by female rappers, as opposed to, like casual sex or whatever the message is, or because a lot of times the video end with like whoppings and with them pushing the dude away. But
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Like do you feel any urge to show different sides of the love dynamic as you would?
Yeah, I do. That's what toxic is gonna be. Like it shows, the inner relationship and infidelity, you know what I'm saying? And the other part, both of y'all in a relationship really, and everybody's cheating on everybody. So it's like, and in the end, do you stay or go? Or just accept? Everybody accept that they in open relationships. I don't know. I haven't decided yet how I want it to end.
Do you fear that as you climb up the levels that people try to put control on what you talk about in your music?
Not just talk about, look like, move like, say. That's scary. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we go through all of this and of developing our artistry and who we want to be as an artist, and just to be told this is what you're not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like I've become this independent artist that basically has freedom just to be signed and be told, yeah, no, you're free enough. But we're gonna run everything the way we want you to run it. So that's
How,
definitely a fear for me.
how obtrusive are we talking? Like, are you like counting calories to maintain certain weights level? Concerned about your image?
Ah, I do. I do. I won't even count calories, but I know when my weight is picking up. So I'll like scale back on what I've been eating. You know what I'm saying?
Don't starve yourself though.
I can't, but I did that before. I'm not gonna lie, I tried it before, but I was like, oh no. Cause that was
Yeah.
like after my breakup, I lost so much weight. I was like, nah, this ain't cute. I need some meat.
Yeah.
And you know how everybody getting their butt did. That's a fear for me. I'm like, I might have to get my butt did. And I'm scared of surgery. So.
Do you feel that's some compromise of your moral integrity?
Nah, it's not moral integrity for me. I'm just scared of like surgery. Like I
No, no,
don't.
no,
That
no.
doesn't excite me.
I caught that part. So what would you say to somebody that like that because as soon as that happens, you get the fake ass comments and all that type shit. Like I find it refreshing. I can't think of too many people that said it beforehand, or even the contemplation of it.
Well, I mean, I just
And the
if it
way you
makes somebody
phrased it,
happy,
you said, "I'm afraid I'm gonna have to."
because like I wouldn't have said that before mulatto. Like you do. Did you see she got her body did? Like I thought she was gonna be natural.
You know what I told my wife yesterday? I forgot what we were watching. I think it was it's it's the body song, the Megan Thee Stallion body song,
Yeah,
right?
body yada yada yada. Yeah,
And I said, and not that I ever did, but I said no one should ever shame any of these women for how they dress in these videos, because you cannot tell me that there's any 13-year-old girl that's dreaming of becoming the number one rapper in the world who doesn't think that she has to look like that to get that number one spot.
exactly. No, I said when
So
Nikki
if you got
came
a
in the
problem
game,
with it, it's a record company's fault. It's the system's fault. It ain't the girl's fault.
that's what I'm saying. I said I know it's not them because mulatto wasn't. I don't think she was thinking about getting her body did. I want to be able to be like Rihanna. Rihanna ain't never got her body did. Why I can't do the Rihanna? It's crazy because it's not pushed on the singers. It's pushed on the rappers, the
Right.
female rappers. You're not seeing a lot of singers getting their body did. It's female rappers. That's why I'm like, ugh, I don't really want to be pushed into that because, like I said, I don't like surgery, and I feel like it's not really necessary for us to be sexy. You know what I'm saying? You can make a woman sexy. We're damn near close to nothing.
I mean, there's a difference between sexy and sexualized. And then, you know, I
True.
often wonder about, like, let's say somebody from like North Dakota, because, like, you know, I grew up in DC. Like, I was actually raised by like black aunties in like a kind of like a foster situation. But
You got this flag. Yeah. You chill as hell.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I always wondered, like somebody in, like, I know you've at least seen commercials for that show Fargo, like them people in them snow places, and the only thing they ever see is like BET and shit like that. And I'm like, I wonder if that motherfucker thinks like every black chick's like Nicki Minaj and shit like that.
Yes. No, I said when you put that in so many people's faces and you televise that, that's what they think it is.
And you
And
know
it's like they
that's a
trying to
little
make
pro. Oh, not good. I'm sorry.
I said it's like they're trying to make that the mold. Like I don't want that to be the thing.
Yeah, and you know, and then not to get all deep into conspiracy theories, but after generations, there has to be some loss of respect towards the black mother. And then the other side of it is, you know, they present the black man as a dangerous individual image. And I wonder if after generations of that, that might contribute to these scared cops who are pulling the trigger unnecessarily.
I think, and that's why I say being a cop, they're human. You cannot place a cop in an environment he was never raised in. You see what I'm saying? So he don't know how to handle a situation of a hood if he was never raised in one. He was taught to see them as animals. You can't put him in the hood and think he's not gonna pull a trigger.
Right.
That's
Especially
how
like
he
they
was
ain't never
raised.
walking around or nothing. You know, it ain't like the
You know
50s
what I'm
and
saying?
shit.
Not trying to meet nobody, not trying to understand why these people are the way they are, not trying to learn how to diffuse a situation without a weapon. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just don't work. It's set up to fail. Like you shouldn't put a certain cop should be in certain areas. Like period. Like you shouldn't have a cop who don't know about the environment trying to enforce the law. It just don't work. It just don't fucking work.
Does the police affect your life?
Nah, I really haven't had a problem with them. But I
Knock on
mean,
wood.
exactly. But I mean, I'm covered by the blood, and I don't think that's a path I'm gonna have to take because you know what I'm saying. You give me respect, I'm gonna give you something back. But you could kind of tell what I can when somebody energy is off, and if it's gonna take a turn for the absolute worst. Because it's usually just men, the black men that they go through this with, and because I think that's an authority issue. You know, not a lot of people can handle being told what to do, and it turns into like that chaos.
You right about the energy. The universe tell you what to do. People tell you who they are. It's on you if you listen or not.
Exactly. I done seen some people take a simple situation and blow it up. So you know, I've seen it. So black or white, black and white rather, blow up a situation. But
Man,
you know,
I could keep going forever. I find what you guys say fascinating, but you know, let me let you get out of here. Do you got anything to say before we're done?
um, yes, I'm gonna be dropping the per print all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to become successful. I want to thank you so much for like interviewing, like allowing me to come
Oh, no doubt.
on your
Thank you.
podcast. I appreciate you. You got some dope energy, so you know what I'm saying. If ever I can come crash again, please let me know. You know what I'm saying.
Oh,
I
no
thank you
doubt.
so much for having me.
We'll talk about everything you got going on. Thanks a lot. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, you take your light.